This is the Tokyo Bara 23 sneaker channel. Tokyo Bara 23 no sneaker channel does every single day. Mainichi. Every single day I bring you sneaker news and sneaker reviews as fast as I possibly can. I try and cram in as much information in 10 minutes, even sometimes 5 minutes, so that you can stay up to date with your sneaker news and sneaker reviews. And today's no different when I bring you an absolute banger of a sneaker, which is the Air Jordan 12 Chinese New Year. As I said in the introduction, I'm bringing you that Air Jordan 12 Chinese New Year review, and I'm just phenomenally looking forward to bringing you this review because I love 12s and I love this colorway. It's a brilliant looking sneaker and I'm really looking forward to bringing you all those details and all those little accents throughout that make this an absolute banger of a sneaker. Don't forget though that every single day I bring you content, and I will be bringing you content tomorrow, and it's a very unusual video for me tomorrow because it's a sneaker that nobody knows much about, but I'm going to bring you my first impressions of a Yeezy. Which Yeezy? The Yeezy 350, the Yeezy 700, the Yeezy 500? No, I'm going to bring you my first impressions of the Yeezy 451. If you don't know what that sneaker is, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on my first impressions of the Yeezy 451 tomorrow. As the Yeezy no 451 のスニーカーをレビューします。Yeezy 451はまだ発売しないんですけど、ソーシャルメディアの Instagram とか Facebook とかウェブサイトとかで見たので、451を見たとき、東京バタ23の思うことについて発表しますので、ぜひ登録してノーティフィケーションベルをクリックすると明日のビデオも見てください。And the last thing before we get into this Air Jordan 12 is I want to give a shout out to Scholar, Gamer, Nerd. He's one of the guys who subscribes to my channel and I to his, and he's a phenomenal supporter of my channel. And the thing I love about his channel is that he mixes sneakers and games, and I do love my games. And since my daughter was born, I've been trying not to play computer games very much because I get totally absorbed and totally addicted to them. I'll play for 8 or 9 hours straight and all of a sudden it's 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm trying not to get into games right now because I'm so busy with the channel and with my daughter and with my full-time work. But there I've got Scholar Gamer Nerd out there and he's playing Fortnite and it looks so much fun. But what Scholar Gamer Nerd does is he brings you vlogs, he brings you sneaker information, but he also does live games where he's playing a game online and he streams it live on YouTube. So definitely check out his channel if you're into games and sneakers. He's well worth subscribing to. Also, he's pretty close to the 800 subscriber mark and he's trying real hard to get to 1,000 subscribers. Aren't we all? So push his subscriber number up there, push my subscriber up there, and get these channels growing as much as you possibly can. There'll be a link down below to Scholar Gamer Nerd's channel. Check it out after you've watched this Air Jordan 12 review. So looking at these Air Jordan 12 Chinese New Years, it's a phenomenal looking sneaker. I've always loved the Air Jordan 12 silhouette, and this particular colorway is a real banging colorway if you ask me. I talked about it before when I brought that review of the entire Chinese New Year locker, if you like, where all of these releases were coming. I reviewed 11 sneakers in one video at that time, and I wasn't able to get into detail then, but I want to get into detail with these Air Jordan 12s because they are a phenomenal looking sneaker. And in that review of the Chinese New Year 11 sneakers, I talked about how in the Butter Movement days with Shoe Butter, when he had his YouTube channel, he did do giveaways with the Chinese New Year Air Jordan 12s from, I think it was 2017, and I talked about how those ones were the opposite colorway to these ones, where the leather around the mudguard section of the 2019 ones is that sail white colorway, and then the upper in the panels is that black satin. Back in 2017 it was the opposite, where you had the upper half of the sneaker was actually white and the lower half was black. So I really like that sort of opposition between those 2017 and 2019 Chinese New Year Air Jordan 12s. It really is something that I really appreciate in the sneaker. And speaking of that upper, you do have that white sail leather, which looks a bit like a snake skin pattern, which I think is the animal from the Chinese New Year calendar that they're trying to go for with these Air Jordan 12s. And then that black upper, which is, you know, the sail color is basically white, and then you've got that black satin. So it's a very simple colorway, but two things really pop on this sneaker. One is the sock liner is that colorful pattern. I talked about the Air Jordan 1 swoosh having that geometric black and white pattern throughout, which is reminiscent of all the other Chinese New Year features that are dropping this season, but most of the other ones are actually in color, where that Air Jordan 1 was black and white. As you can see, the sock liner on these Air Jordan 12s is very, very colorful, but it's still that same geometric pattern throughout, and it's a real banging flash of color on the sneaker. And the second banging flash of color is those gold accents. You can see them at the top of the lacing system where there's two eyelets, which are those standard Air Jordan 12 eyelets, but they're in gold this time. And then if you come down to the midfoot where it says Jumpman, sometimes that's in silver, sometimes black and white. In the case of these Chinese New Year's, it's also in gold, so it looks phenomenal. Then if we go around to the back of the sneaker to the heel, you've got that heel tab and pull tab on the back where it says quality inspired by the greatest player ever, and then you've got the 23 on there as well, and the little Jumpman logo on the back of the sneaker. So again, a little hints of color, a little bit of detailing on the back there as well, so it looks really, really good. And then going further down to the outsole, it's a predominantly white and red outsole, although there are sections that look through to the carbon fiber, which of course is sort of black and grey to give it a third color in that outsole. But the main feature for me is up near the toe, you've got that red Jumpman logo, which is a phenomenal design element of the outsole of this sneaker. But the most important and the most impressive design element of the sneaker isn't in the outsole, it's back up in that satin upper. So if we look at that black satin upper, you think, yeah, it's kind of nice, it's got a sort of shiny finish to it, it looks really good. But legend has it, there's been photos of this, although I haven't really seen any videos of it yet, but legend has it, as you look at this picture here, is that you could use a knife and cut away those satin panels to reveal that Chinese New Year patterning underneath. My favorite variation of this was when somebody had actually peeled away alternate panels. So you had the red sort of Chinese New Year coloring on one panel, and then black satin red and Chinese New Year coloring, black, red, and it really, really, really looked good. I don't know how it would look if you took off all the satin paneling. Maybe it would be a little bit too much, but you know, people like different things and we appreciate difference and diversity. So if you are going to get these sneakers, knock yourself out and design them how you want to. Personally, myself, I wouldn't actually touch that satin at all because I'd make a mess of it. I'd cut into the sneaker, I'd end up like punching right through the upper, or I'd slice off the swoosh or something like that. I'm a clumsy bugger and I'd make an absolute mess of it. So I would just leave them as they are and have that sock liner as the flash of color, which is enough for me. Okay, that's my review of the Air Jordan 12 Chinese New Year. It's a phenomenal looking sneaker and I hope you enjoyed me bringing that to you today. As I said, I bring you content every single day, and tomorrow it's going to be an absolutely unique sneaker when I look at the Yeezy 451 and give you my first impressions of it. Phenomenal looking sneaker, absolutely unique, even for the Yeezy line, which is a unique line in and of itself. You've got an even more unique sneaker amongst those unique sneakers in that unique line. So I'm really looking forward to talking to you about the Yeezy 451s tomorrow. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on a phenomenal review that I'm going to bring you tomorrow. It's going to be an absolute cracker, and I look forward to bringing you that content tomorrow. Thank you for checking in today, guys. I really appreciate your being here and viewing my content. Over here we have the channel subscribe button. Channel登録ぜひお願いします. Over here we have the video I recommend you watch next. こちらはおすすめです. And up here we have a link to the channel introduction video. こちらはチャンネルのプロフィールのvideoです. Check them out. Clicking on them really helps the channel.